right, happy Friday. V in the building. What's up, V? Hello, hello. It was supposed to be a heart, but the phone's a little out of my range right now. How you doing today? One in the building. Oh, you're welcome. I gotta show love where love is due, right? Put this charger right here. You hiding in the hallway, Ladybug? Really? The camera goes on and Letty hides? Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just chilling. Chilling with the puppers. There's the bugs. There she is. Let's even get more tilt down here. Just keep springing back. There it goes. Okay. Why your dogs look like they've been sleeping? We literally just got home about 10 minutes ago. We went for a caffeine run and almost had to make police interaction because of some lady at the store. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, they were in the car for the last hour, so they're excited to be where it's not humid. It's quite humid outside today. It's got a high chance of raining. Yeah, do you want to hear the story behind that? Why is it so far tilted up still? It's so tilted up. Why? It keeps springing back on me. It doesn't look that tilted there. Here we go. All right. So, while I was in the local store, oh, the camera keeps tilting back. Like I'll point it down and then it'll spring back on me. But yeah, so while I was in the local convenience store, you know, it's like a Wawa or a Quick Check or, you know, your local gas station mart. I was purchasing some monsters for my caffeine consumption. And so we've been doing a lot of off-leash stuff here. Right, we've been doing a lot of off-leash stuff. Let's just put this here. Get a little fire in the picture. Can hardly tell, but that's fine. So we're doing some off-leash training. And what we've got going on for that is, I think I've showed you guys before. I've got the little controller. It's got a range setting. And then there's these collars. They look like this. I got the prongs on the back. They do zap with a static charge, but we got the zap turned off. It's just a vibrate function and a beep function. She's terrified of the beep. She hears the beep and she immediately starts to react to it. Even when the machine is off, she's acting properly. And just for reference here, just pay attention to the brown one. The other ones might react too, but pay attention to the brown one, Zuma. I'm going to turn on the collar. You're going to hear it beep, and watch how her reaction is. So that's the sound it makes, but it makes it like right in her ear. Now I'm going to turn it off. You'll see her react again. Like she's looking kind of scared, like what did I do wrong? You're okay, girlie. You're okay. You're okay. You know, she's looking scared. Because she thinks that beep means that she's done something wrong. So that's the reference. So we're off leash. We're in the convenience store. I've got the monsters in my hand. I get to the register. I pay for my things. I put my card away. I gather my monsters. While I'm putting my card away and gathering the monsters in my hand, Zuma, in her curious nature, goes up to the people waiting behind me in line and starts to sniff. You know, she sticks her nose on them. She wants to say hi. She's very, very friendly. She's loving. She wants to kiss him in the face. That's the whole reason we started the channel in the first place. Ghost! We're telling the story about our interaction this morning. So I'm gathering the things that I've purchased, and we're about to head out the door. And the lady behind me, who is apparently a neighbor, says, "Get away from me. I'm not going to pet you, especially when your dad calls animal control." I have never called animal control. Never. Not once, not ever. I am not the type of person to call the police on the people, either. So I'm a little confused by this statement, but it solidifies the fact that this person must be a neighbor of mine. And in the process of telling the dog she would not pet her because of some other feeling she's got, she starts to swat her with this piece of paper she's got in her hand. I'll let that sink in. If you own dogs, if you have a friend who has a dog, if you have a service dog, what's your reaction going to be when somebody starts swatting at your dog? You're going to be upset, right? You're going to be offended. Now, she made this look like she was super offended. She made this look like she was in big, big trouble because a stranger had swatted at her. Now, it wasn't a rolled up piece of paper. She was not injured. Let's make that clear. There was no injury. It wasn't rolled up. She wasn't hitting her hard. It was just this piece of paper, a 9x11 piece of paper, maybe 2 or 3 of them. And it was kind of curved in her hand. You know, she had her thumb in the middle and she's holding it with one hand. And she just swatted her 2 or 3 times in the face with it. Yeah, Ghost says that's a fighting action. Yes, I am serious. I'm dead serious about it. I recorded my interaction calling the state police to figure out what I should do about it. And it's such a serious offense that there's law. There's law about whether or not you're allowed to interfere with somebody's service dog. And the answer is no. You're not allowed to interfere. And if you do, there's a chance that you're liable for a civil lawsuit, which would include any damages any emotional, any injuries or vet bills, and also a fine up to $1,000 in this state. In Massachusetts, the fine is only $300. Don't know why. That's the one that popped up first when I did my search. But in Maine, the fine is $1,000. In Florida, it's considered animal cruelty. They just passed a law called the Trooper Law. Go ahead and look it up. And they passed another one. I forget the name of the dog they used for it. I think it was Baxter. I forget, but don't quote me on that. They passed a law recently in Florida that puts people on an animal cruelty registry, same as the sex offenders registry. Yeah. Yeah. That's absolutely right, Ghost. And at the time, I didn't think much of it. I was like, all right, she's invading somebody's personal space. They swatted at her. That's a natural reaction to something happening like that. But she wasn't being aggressive. She wasn't loud. She didn't growl. She was just being curious. You know, she's only a little bit older than 2 years old. So we're still training out those bad behaviors. And part of training is doing it. Right? You can't get off-leash training unless you're off-leash. You can't get training in public off-leash unless you're off-leash. So we've got the wireless setup. I've got the wireless collar. I've got the little wireless controller. You know, I make sure they've got a charge on them because they're rechargeable. And that's what we were using in the store today. So, yeah, absolutely, V. That's exactly what happened. And Ghost is right. You don't hit a dog. You don't need to hit a dog, right? Excuse me. Can you do something about your dog? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I apologize. 1,000 times. I turned my back for a second. I apologize. You know, past that, what can I do about it? She's a dog. She's a puppy. You know, she's still young. So I looked it up on ChatGPT and, you know, the Google search and whatever, and the Maine state legislation. And I contacted the state police to see what I should do about it. And they said, without wanting to file a police report, naming her individually and specifically, and getting evidence, possibly through a warrant, because there is video cam footage in that store. The store's got surveillance. There's not much really recourse that I could do. And it didn't really occur to me how offensive that was until after I got back in my car. Now, I told this story to my girlfriend, and she reached out to this neighbor. Now, for context here, this neighbor has a corgi that she lets out of her house without a leash, and it roams the neighborhood. It just comes up to people's property, it digs through their trash. So this is why she's getting complaints from animal control from other people, but never from us. Never, never, never. We have never called animal control on anybody. We called animal control one time, ever, and it was because there was this stray cat that was roaming around in the middle of the winter. It looked emaciated. It ended up being a different neighbor, not this lady, and they ended up putting the cat down. Sad story, I know. But so she was offended by this story that I told her. And she reached out to this neighbor and sent her a real long message about, you know, kind of how dare you, we've been nice to you, meanwhile your dog runs around. And she said, the dog shouldn't be off a leash in a store, and then blocked her. So not only did she not apologize for this atrocious act, she doubled down and then blocked her. You guys want to know what this lady's name is? Should I put it out there on the internet? It's not defamation. There's surveillance proof that this is what happened, right? So it's not defamation if it's fact. I'm not destroying anybody's character by saying something that isn't true, because surveillance of the store would show that, in fact, it did occur. Now, I know the internet has some reach. You know, the internet goes far and wide. So, it could be potentially a really big problem for her if I decided to show the internet. I was thinking the same thing there, ASN. What's up, Aaron? How are you doing today? Yeah, I kind of just, I didn't engage with her at the time. You know, like I said, the dog didn't suffer any injuries. She's fine. But she was offended. She gave me this look like, Dad, how come you weren't there to stop her from doing that? And that look didn't really sink in till I got in the car and I was like, I'm really offended now that somebody had the nerve to strike my dog while she's working. Now, that's a criminal offense punishable by jail time to interfere with the actions of a service dog in the course of their duty. So, I think what I'm going to do is go down to the local police station. I'll keep you guys updated on this and you'll see some details about it. And I'm going to see if maybe there's a protection order I can get on this lady where she will be barred from interacting with me without being arrested. But, this is a situation of the pot calling the kettle black. She was in the store, which I'm pretty sure she works there. So even as a customer, as an employee of that store, she shouldn't have been acting that way. So that's kind of the mood I'm in right now, where I'm just like, I want to do something about it, but I don't want to create a problem with a neighbor. Good fences make good neighbors, and we don't have any fences between us and them. So clearly we got bad neighbors, right? Busy for a day off. The missus needed emergency dental. Well, I hope she's feeling okay after a dental. I've had a few dental procedures, and it's not fun. We'll be here. We'll be here, V. We're only 15 minutes into the live stream here, so we'll be here. Oh no, I'm definitely not letting her negative energy bring me down. I'm just kind of at a, let me get the notification stopping on that so it stops dinging like that. I'm just kind of at a loss for, how blatantly disrespectful that was. Like, I'm offended. Let's put it that way. And she was offended too. She gave me this look like, Dad, you're supposed to protect me. How could you let that lady do that? And that's what made me feel terrible about it. If she was just like, oh, la-di-da-di-da, like this lady didn't want me around her, fine. But, she stuck her tail between her legs, her head dropped almost to the floor, and she looked at me with this sad look in her face, like, you're supposed to protect me, Dad. And it made me sad. It made me a little sad. But anyway, it's Friday. Let's make Friday our bitch. Who wants to start out with some tunes? Who's got a request here? Let's put some music on. Let's get some music going. It's Friday, the weekend is here. For those of you across the pond, working a 9 to 5, you're already out of work, which means your weekend has started. For those of you here in the United States, it might be a couple hours if you're on the West Coast. If you're on the East Coast here, I hope you're having a great lunch. We'll try to stay on top of the timing, let you know when it's time to go back to work. I'm also thinking I might do part of the live stream here in Discord. so I don't have to scrub so much. But if you guys got a request for a song, we'll get going. And also, what do you guys think of this horizontal view? Do you guys like the horizontal view where the chat is at the bottom in a separate kind of window and you can turn your phone to see chat either on the right hand side or a larger picture if you want to exit out of chat? Are you enjoying this view, or would you rather it be a vertical live stream where the comments blend in with the picture at the bottom? You guys' feedback is really important to me because I'm just on the other end of the phone here, reading comments and stuff. But you guys are the ones watching, right? So what you see is something you want to be able to like what you see, and I want you guys to like it. The vertical will get me higher watch time. That's good to know. That's good to know. I kind of like the setup of the horizontal. Yeah. I like the full screen view. I mean, I'm working on mobile devices anyway, but I kind of like the full screen view because it puts the comments, the whole chat is there. If that makes sense. The clip button, the gear, the emojis, the X mark, it puts them there. They're there. I re-uploaded that video that I had yesterday. So the person who owned the sound deleted the sound, and so YouTube told me that they were going to delete that video in 28 days because the sound had gotten deleted from it. I found the sound again. I don't know where it came from or why it got deleted. Maybe it was a stolen sound, but I re-uploaded that video. It's what I did today before I started the live stream, which it wasn't that big of a video. It only had 74. But I think I got a couple subscribers from that video. So I was a little bit disappointed. The other thing too, guys, while we're in the horizontal view mode, it's a little bit more challenging for you guys to get to the heart to like the stream. You've got to exit out of the chat, and then right above where it says live chat, you'll see my face there and the text bar. In between the video and live chat is all the options that are normally there somewhere on the vertical live stream, and that's where that button is. Bring it up on screen here, show you the phone. You can see there, you got the chat, you got the title, and on the left-hand side there, you got the thumbs up. So if you're looking for the thumbs up, it's not a double tap of the screen. You have to exit out of chat to get to the thumbs up. I'm thinking I'll get, maybe we'll switch the view. Oh no, I can't switch the view. It only allows you to pick one at the beginning of the stream. So maybe tomorrow we'll do vertical live stream. I like how wide the picture is here. It incorporates the entire couch, whereas the vertical live stream, it would probably only be the cushions on the right, the 3 cushions. You'd be able to see the dogs, but Zuma's head would probably be cut off from being able to see. But this is a new angle. It's a new angle, you guys. I got you on top of the table on ET this time. So it's kind of a people point of view. Somebody about my height. Camera's pointing at about, I would say my chin. Maybe a little bit below my chin, maybe my shoulder area. So this is a people point of view. Let me get 1 in the chat if you're using your phone to watch. Let me get a 2 in the chat if you're using a computer or a TV. It'll show me after, but if you're in here already, let me see what you're watching on here. Because the live stream's for you guys. You know, come in, chat with me, chat with each other, chill out. Ah, okay. Aaron's on his mobile device. Not in the studio. How's the weather there today, Aaron? You said it was crappy and stormy yesterday. Did it clear up today? Our weather was kind of crappy yesterday. I mean, it was hot, right? And then it was 90% chance of rain and like 40% humidity or something like that, something crazy. And then it sprinkled when the sun went down for a little bit. And then today, it's sunny, it's a little bit overcast, and it's humid. Like, gross humid. The kind of humidity where if you sit in your car for too long, you'll sweat. Windy but humid. I hate that when the rain doesn't chill things out. And like yesterday's rain was just enough to make everything humid. Not enough to chill out, but enough to make things humid. Frickin' rain. Mother Nature and I got beef. Anybody else watch yesterday's early morning live stream where I did some target practice? Just out of curiosity, does that interest anybody at all? I could do more of that if you want, or I could never do it again because it's not really worth filming in my opinion. You know, it's just target practice. Is everybody else just lurking? You got Space Nut in here as the only one chit-chatting. We know V had to go and come back. Did Ghost also say? No, I don't think Ghost said he was leaving. It's not your type of content personally? Yeah, it's an air rifle. It's one of those Walmart Daisy air rifles. You've got to be 18 to purchase it. No background check required or anything like that. You might even only have to be 16 to purchase it. But I picked it up a couple years ago for like $40. It still works. It uses these little steel BBs. You pump the there's like an under hand grip on the barrel. You pump it, and then it shoots out the BB when you pull the trigger. But it loads the BB just like a rifle would, where you pull back the slide, it loads the round, you push the slide forward, and then you aim and you pull the trigger. It's got a safety. It's perfect for teaching my son firearm safety, which is the intent of why I got it, so we could do that together. But I wasn't sure if it was any kind of content people would be interested in watching. I mean, you know, I've just got these cans and things that go ding and a license plate set up. And I was just, I don't know, I probably shot off maybe 100 rounds. I don't know. I was live for a half an hour. Did a little bit of target practice. I think I only got 2 views on that one, but it's up there. It's up there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we like these. Here we go. We like these. I'm getting a phone call here from potential spam in New Jersey. Frank's Mortuary and Penis Pumps, how can I help you? Frank's Mortuary and Penis Pumps, how can I help you? Ah, they hung up. No worries there. It's hard to eat and type at the same time. It's okay. No worries. Excuse me. I bet you must think I'm always eating. Ooh, cooking paninis. What are you putting in them? What do you got in your paninis? Steak or ground beef, chicken, some cheese. Give us the details. Make our mouths water. Make Zooey jealous that she's not gotten there. Get some. Fake chicken, fake cheese, fake bacon. No, Aaron, what are you doing? What are you doing? How could you? Coconut cheese, bacon made from beans, and chicken from soy. Oh no! Does it at least taste good? Was that a you choice or was that a Mrs. choice? I kind of feel like that was a Mrs. choice. It sounds very healthy. It sounds like something a vegetarian might eat, or somebody who's got sickle cell, because certain proteins bother the shit out of them. But coconut cheese sounds, now that one sounds yummy. It was a me choice. Oh no, you turned her vegan? No. I'm proud to be a meat eater. We like our meat. Oh, there's an ant. Come here, ant. You got two choices. You can get squished or you can go back outside. What do you want to do? Oh yeah, don't stare me down. It's high noon. And it's time to draw. Alright, that's it. I'm making your choice for you, ant. Get in that cup. You're going back outside. You're lucky I didn't squish you. Try not to kill anything if I don't have to, you know? Now that wasn't one of those sugar ants, the real tiny ones. That was one of those big suckers that could probably take on a moth. But I put them outside. I didn't kill them. You're not a judge vegan? That's good. That's good. It's too many people out there in the world who try to make others follow their choices in life. But what you put into your body is a personal choice. And I'm not going to judge you for it. But when you said that it was fake, you know, I understood what you meant, that it was made from plants. But my brain went, oh no, how gross is that going to be? Real meat tastes so good. Oh, you could preach? No. I mean, I like beans. I like coconut. What was that other thing you had in there? I'm alright with soy. I can eat some soy. How far would it get you? Yeah, probably not far at all. I'd be like, cool, health benefits. Slap some more grease on that burger. Yeah, health benefits. Oh yeah, extra cheese too on the burger. Yeah, okay. Oh, and it's got soy. Yep, don't forget to add bacon to the burger. Real bacon, right? Extra crunchy. I always tell people cows taste too good to be that slow and have zero venom. Oh, that's such a good point. But they're big, right? They're big. If they weren't so big, I think there would be less of them around. I don't know when the world decided that cows were a decent staple. Does it just have to do with the way that they're cooked? Like, was horse meat not... Like, was it too stringy? I don't know. I've never had horse meat. But I imagine that at some point in the past, horses were more prevalent than cows. I mean, hell, even buffaloes were more prevalent than cows, and there's such thing as buffalo burgers. There's moose burgers, too. Maybe it's just a societal thing that people don't like to hear that others are eating horse. Because nobody gives a crap about gators, nobody gives a crap about buffalo, and nobody gives a crap about moose. Well, without trying to sway you, because that's not the intention here, nowadays, you're not the only one who feels that way about animal cruelty, and they found much less cruel and quick ways to source their meat. And my understanding is it's kind of similar to deer meat when people go hunting, right? If it's a clean shot and the deer goes down quickly, then the meat tends to be more tender, is my understanding. But if the deer runs for a while and the cortisol gets to build up, it'll be a tough meat. I think that's really why the humane way of sourcing meats has become a thing. Not so much the public outcry, as so much as the people who are consuming meats want it to be tender. But I like that. I like that you switched your whole life around because you had a passion. That's inspiring. To change your life because you have a passion. To me, that's what that boiled down to. You said, I don't want animals to get hurt. I'm not going to hurt them, and I'm not going to let anybody else hurt them on my behalf. And that led to a lifestyle change. That's inspiring. It's a selfish choice. You don't preach to others. You were a chef in a former life, so you'd be a hypocrite. Well, maybe not. I've heard of plenty of veganism and vegetarians and all those type of people who will cook meats for their partner. So it was a passionate life choice for you to make. How did you convince your wife to get on board? That's the real question there. Because you like you said, you're probably not going to convince me, right? And most people would be the same. But how did you convince your wife? Did you just stop feeding her and said, you either make your own food or you eat what I make? That's how I would end up being convinced. I'd probably still eat meat when I went places. But if it wasn't being cooked at home, there's a good chance I would still eat what was made at home. I'm still laughing about that comment you made, Aaron. Cows taste too good to be that slow and have zero venom. That one's funny. Yeah, I'm gonna pin that one. That one kind of made my day. She said I need to find a convincing replacement for the things she liked. Fair enough. Fair enough. If it tastes like bacon, who cares whether or not it's faking bacon or real bacon? Right? I've heard some people can't even tell the difference. Well, see, that's where, for me, Aaron said the child still eats egg and milk products, his choice, and he uses money to pay for it. That's where the line gets kind of blurry in the animal cruelty department for me, because chickens will lay eggs. If they're comfortable enough and they get fed enough, they will lay eggs. It's a natural thing that happens. They just do it on their own. Nobody forces them to do it. Some places give hormones and crap like that, but there are places that don't. And then the milk, it has to be extracted. You know, the cows will become uncomfortable if the milk does not get extracted. So even if it's not being consumed, it's got to be extracted. Yep. For me, it's simple. If there's a non-cruelty option, then why wouldn't I? Yep. Yep. That's like what I was just saying earlier. Me and the ant that decided to crawl across the counter here were having a staring match at each other. He stopped when I told him that he had two choices. Almost like he understood. And then he didn't make his move, so I made my move, and I put him outside. Right? In a similar fashion, there was a choice to not be cruel to this creature. And I chose to not be cruel. So yeah. They got genetically modified chickens over the years. They used to lay 12 eggs a year. Wow. This is true. This is true. There are genetically modified chickens. A buddy of mine's got some chickens, or had some chickens, or will have some chickens again at some point. And the last time I had a conversation with him about the chickens, he said they were laying, I think he had 5 or 6 of them at the time, and they were producing, like, amongst all 5, maybe 3 or 4 eggs every 2 days among the 5. So yeah, they're definitely GMO chickens. Watch the thing on diary. I'll save this ending of linking here, but milk is worse than meat, to be fair. Maybe. Could be. I think the modern collection process is a little bit cruel. If you're not familiar with that, they hook them up to this vacuum. Most modern food, chickens are boilers, though not many eggs from them. Yeah. That's new though. I didn't realize that they only used to produce like 1 a month. Oh no, don't you worry. Don't you worry, you're good. It's positive, right? You're not trying to force anybody to make the decisions, you're just telling us about you. That's alright with me. It's good to get to know each other in here. That's what chat is for. If you feel like your chat has bugged out on you and you're missing any comments at all, what I do is I'll hit that gear button right below the picture, and then they'll say chat filter, top, messages, all messages, and I will just click between them. Like right now it says top, I'll go to all messages, and then it shows me all. If I think chat's bugging out, I'll just cycle them. I'll go to top and then go back to all, and it fixes it. I'll scare the natives speaking veganism. No. I don't think so. I think, I'm not trying to point anybody in either direction. Facts are exactly that. They're facts. Knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. It's important to be informed. An informed decision is a smart decision. Even if you decide to do something stupid, right? You made that decision informed. But hey, maybe you know something that I don't know about some kind of veganism algorithm. That's fun to say. That rolls off the tongue really nice. Veganism algorithm. If you started your lunch at 11 o'clock and you get off of lunch at 1 o'clock, or at noon, sorry, you've got about 18 minutes left of your lunch break. The rage baiting system, yes! I think we should put it in the description. Come argue why beef is better. Aaron's like, nope, I'm out. You're fired. That's what he tells me. We do have to keep to regularly scheduled time today. We went live on time today. We will have to end the live at 1 as regularly scheduled on time. Do have other things I need to do. And there might be a few upcoming lives here that need to be either pushed earlier or pushed later. Because I've got some projects coming up. A buddy of mine needs some help and he needs me to run a crew to do some lawn maintenance and landscaping. Things like mulch and pulling weeds and things like that. And most of those things happen during the day while businesses are up and running, as opposed to in the evening. So we're going to try to work around the live schedule so I can still be live here every day, 11 to 1. But there might be a situation where you don't see me live at this hour. I will try to keep you guys updated about that. But that's just a heads up. And also the summer is coming. The summer for kids in school. My kiddo's 5. And he'll be going to summer soon. Summer break will be happening. So we will possibly have to change the live schedule. Possibly. I'm going to try to avoid doing that. But it might have to happen. And that's kind of something out of my control. Mostly because I don't want him on the internet. So it might be that I'm unable to live stream without having him be part of the live stream. And that's not what the channel is for. So if that's the case, I will try to let you guys know. I'll try to keep you updated on the post for the YouTube. For those of you who are not in the Discord channel, you should get in there. I'm going to post the link now. And then I will pin the link. Annie wants to go outside. Oh, Zuma wants to go outside too. We go to Google Potty. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, watch your ears. Okay, let's see. Go to the Discord. We'll find the channel. Add. Copy link. Go to here. Go away notification at the bottom. It's telling me I uploaded the video. And okay, there it goes. There's the Discord link for the channel. Ironically, I'm planning a podcast format for debate in general. Ooh, that sounds fun. What's up with that? It won't let me pin my own comment? Oh, YouTube's freaking out, guys. Let's go back to YouTube. Close out and reopen. It was giving me a fit. Joey already came back in. I think Andy's going to be out there. Oh, geez, it didn't even post it. Holy moly. Okay, there's the Discord link. So there's the Discord link to the community channel. If you're familiar with Discord, it'll be easy to see what's going on there. If you're not familiar with Discord, I'll give you a brief rundown of what's going on with my channel. So there's rules. Basically, be respectful. No harassment, no bullying, no racial discrimination, that kind of thing. And then I've got group text, all other media, and then self-promotion channel for the text channels. I've got a live stream chat where I will be announcing anything live stream related. I've got a stage on there where you guys will be able to join the room and hear me. And then I can put people up on the stage if I want to. And then I also have 5 voice channel rooms. I've got one that's for a group of 5 max. And then I've got one that has no limit. And then I've got 3 rooms that allow 2 people max. So if you wanted to have a personal conversation with somebody and you didn't want to give them your telephone number, you can pop into one of those rooms and chat with a person directly. There's 3 rooms for that. If we need additional rooms for one-on-one chats, I can give them to you. Now those chats only allow 2 people to enter at a time, but being as how I'm the owner of the channel, I can pop into those chats and monitor them if I wanted to. But if I see 2 people in there, I'm not going to do that. I want you guys to be able to have private conversations with each other. Or private conversations with me where nobody else can just jump in that room. But you'll see the channel there. I pinned it, and you'll see the voice channels there. At some point in the future, I think I will end up doing a live stream where it's silent and you have to go to the stage in order to hear it. So feel free to join that one. I've got stickers up there. I can keep adding stickers. Custom emojis, if you will. And those are kind of fun. See if it'll let me put my custom emojis here. There it is. And we got a couple stickers. Apparently the dog one's not there anymore. I thought I had a dog sticker there. Apparently not. Oh, I got the dog one under emojis. No. Alright, so we got a few stickers. We got a few emojis. And if you're familiar with Discord, you'll know that if you have a Nitro membership, you can use those stickers on anybody's channel. You could use those emojis on anybody's channel. I need to be more on top of things as far as the Discord channel goes. I really should be using it to announce live streams, so that people can get the notifications outside of YouTube. My particular Discord has been acting up. I have not been getting the appropriate notifications. But I think maybe it's just my phone. I don't know. Because I'm not getting notifications regularly from Discord, I'm not getting them regularly from Twitch, and I'm not getting them regularly from YouTube. Now, if it's comment, a like, a share, somebody heart reacted, I get those notifications, no problem. You heard my phone blaring earlier. But when it comes to letting me know, I've even checked the notification settings. I've gone into the apps themselves and made sure that it tells me when these people are going live and things like that. And for some reason, I'm still not getting the notifications. So Aaron says he's in. Aaron is in on the community channel. You guys should also join the Discord, because that is the best way to have conversation outside of live stream, and the best way to connect with the community as it grows. We might eventually rename all of this stuff to the Zuma Kissed Me. But for the moment, same name as the Spark of Pyro, no spaces. I learned that the other day too. If you're searching for me in the YouTube and you search Spark of Pyro, you need to put no spaces. If you put spaces in it, you won't find me. So no spaces when you're searching the name. Ooh, here we go. Haha. We are setting this. It's going to be for the next 20 minutes. Subscribers only. We're going to give this a shot. Subscribers only can chat. Message delay. Set a time limit between messages. That's cool. Let's see, blocked word, community defaults. I don't think it gave me these options for vertical live stream. Maybe it did and I just overlooked it. I can also turn live chat off. That's cool. Oh, it's set it to 20 minutes or longer. You have to be a subscriber. Oh, that's weird. I thought it was going to be for the next 20 minutes. We're going to set that to any duration. We'll switch that. I think that's something I'm going to have to change every single time I get on here. But I am finding more things in the studio. All right, Aaron, take off. Enjoy your not protein. Well, I guess it is protein. You're not meat. The anti-meat. I'm gonna get some tunes going here, just because I feel like it.
Power on. Ready to pair.
Ready to pair. Oh, jeez, Annie. I wasn't trying to kick you in the face, girly. Holy moly. Oh. Sorry. We started to do some repeating stuff here. All right. Where's the playlist that I'm looking for here? Here it is. Our Awake, Caffeinate, Inspire playlist. I like this one. I like that I was able to give this the subscribers only option. I'm gonna have to get into the browser version of the studio. Go ahead, Kim. Go. Put that. There you go. There you go. That's in that foot. Good job. And when I get into the studio, I can set some stuff as default. I'm gonna play around with that when I have some time today. Check the sound on that. Make sure we're not blowing eardrums out. I think we're all right. Never done. Oh, there you go. Active on the sensitive mode. Get nowhere. Oh, cup. Oh, big mom. Mr. Bill's been taking out the house. Yeah, your pocket love. Not to get something. Cosmo! How's it going, Cosmo? We are in subscribers only mode. Oh, I knew what you meant. At least that particular phrase. Hello, my friend. Well, friends. Plural there. You're great. Good to hear. Good to hear. How was your day today? You missed my story earlier. You're gonna have to scroll back and watch it once it's published, or even right now. I think you can still scroll back right now. Yeah, yeah, I did have a story. Uh, Zuma was battered at a local store today. A lady swatted her with a piece of paper. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep the schedule today too. If your lunch ends at noon, you are late going back to work. It is 12:05. Yeah, so we're gonna have to end at normal scheduled time today. There are 55 minutes left to the live stream. I have things I need to do today after. A buddy of mine's got some projects, and I need to be on the phone figuring out what those projects are so that I can help lead a crew to do some landscaping things and some lawn maintenance. Why did they do that? Poor Zuma. Yeah. Well, without getting into it again and making myself upset, Zuma was being herself. She was being her normal, curious, puppy self, sniffing people that also have dogs, and probably putting their cold, wet nose on people's legs. And this lady made a statement about how I call animal control on her, which I've never done. And then she kind of shushed her away by swatting this piece of paper at her. It wasn't rolled up, she wasn't injured, but she offended the crap out of Zooey, and Zooey looked at me like, Dad, you're supposed to protect me from something like this. And then I got offended, but I didn't interact with the lady. I didn't say anything to her. You know, I was apologetic about her being in somebody's personal space. But yeah, it happened. And I'll keep you guys updated on what happens going forward from that. Because it is a crime to accost somebody's service animal. It is a crime. It's punishable by law. Right, that's what dogs do. That's exactly it. That's exactly what happened. And she's only a little bit older than 2, so she's still a puppy. She's still learning, and we were doing off-leash training. The only way to get training off-leash is to do it off-leash. So we went into the store that we always go into to get coffee or Monster, our local convenience store by the gas station. And I think this lady even worked there too. I think she works there. But she made it pretty clear that she's a neighbor by making a false claim that we call animal control on her, which we don't. Now, her dog is consistently roaming the neighborhood off-leash. So for her to make a statement about the dog being off-leash is kind of hypocritical, and it's the pot calling the kettle black. I left that door open too long, now we got a couple flies in here, damn it. Yeah. No, it literally and technically is a crime. And the reason that it's a crime, well, there's a couple reasons, but the main reason is the dog was not out of control. So any kind of action against her is illegal. And also, the other side of that is it's considered interfering with the duties of a service animal, which is punishable by law, and it's considered discriminatory, and also a civil lawsuit, and she can be fined up to $1,000 in this state. And I did contact the state police to figure out what I could do about it, but there's only so much you can do without filing a police report, and I don't really want to file a police report. You know, the phrase goes, no harm, no foul. I mean, I'm offended. She's not harmed, but I'm still a little offended, and she was offended. You know, some person she was just trying to be friendly with, smack her in the face with a piece of paper. So, yeah, I didn't want to create a scene. But if I needed to gather evidence that it happened, there's surveillance cameras in that store. So I could easily file a police report. They would file for a warrant to receive that information, and then they would proceed from there, and it would be out of my hands. When I told Dana this story, she sent a very lengthy message to this lady saying how she did not approve of the actions. This lady said to her, well, the dog shouldn't be off leash in the store, and then blocked her. So she didn't apologize. She wasn't remorseful for swatting at the dog. She doesn't care that her dog is off leash, digging through our fire pit all the time. Yeah, we were talking about that too, Cosmo. I said if she did that to me, I would be happy and turn around so she could get pets. Yeah, me too. Okay, don't puke on the couch. Don't puke on the couch. Go. You're gonna puke, use the floor. I don't know what you ate that made you puke, but the floor is easier to clean than the couch. Poor girlie. What did you eat? You're okay. I'm not mad at you, I just don't want to clean the couch up after you puke. You okay? You alright? You okay? Feel better? Whatever that was, you got it out? Yeah? What'd you eat? I gotta go clean it up now. No, you're not giving me kisses. Not after you just vomited, you weirdo. Okay, go ahead. Don't leave your vomit alone. Just go over there. Can't not leave it alone. Alright, I will clean it up. Just go lay on the couch, please. You're okay. Go on. Go lay on the couch. Good girl. I'm glad I caught that, because she almost just made a mess of the couch. Now, what did you eat here? You know, that's silly. It's grass. You ate grass and then puked it up. Now, why would you do that, hooligan? You saw her, right? You saw her doing that kind of thing? Poor girl. We'll clean up your vomit this time, but next time you have to clean it up. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. If you had thumbs out, you need to clean it up. Can we play Sprinter by Central C and Dave? Yes, we can. I was asking earlier if anybody wanted to play a song. We can certainly do that. What's going on with this phone? Oh, it just closed down. Here we go. Request by Cosmo for Sprinter by Dave and Central C. Oh no, we've heard this one. We've heard this one. I'm almost done scrubbing some of my other songs. If you're not already connected, Cosmo, there's the link for the Discord. That's the Discord community. That's gonna be growing too. I think that was the end of the song there. So if you're checking out the Discord, you'll see there are a few text channels, and there are a few voice channels. So we've got a live stream text channel. That's going to be the one where I'm probably going to announce live streams. I might even change it to notifications. And then the text channels we've got are group text. That's for the community to talk amongst each other. All other media, like if you want to show me a meme that you found is funny, that would go into all other media. And then self-promotion, once a day per person. You can promote your own channel on the community Discord. In addition to that, it's got 5 voice channel groups. One for a group of 5, one for an unlimited group of people, and then 3 rooms for one-on-one talks with a maximum of 2 people. So if you wanted to have a private conversation with somebody else in the community, you guys could both pop into the same room and nobody else would be able to go in there because it has a max of 2. And the idea behind this is, if you're looking at the channel, you'll see under live stream it says hashtag live stream, and then there's something that looks like I've got a rainbow over a silhouette, and then it says eyeballs, ear, live stream, heart. That's a stage. And if I use the stage, I can put anybody up on stage to speak, and there's only one speaker at a time, but an unlimited amount of people can join. So I think what I'm going to end up doing sometimes is going on Discord and being on stage, quote, quote, on stage, while the live stream is silent. And then I can address comments and things like that within Discord. I can play whatever music I want in Discord. We can say whatever we want in Discord. YouTube's not going to hold any comments in Discord. So it would be really, it's more of a free form version of this. I also started Zuma an Instagram yesterday. So we're going to start seeing some stuff pop up on her Instagram here and there to get more of a media presence. Eventually she will have her own Facebook page as well. And those are both going to be called Zuma Kissed Me. So if you're looking for her on Instagram, it's Zuma Kissed Me. I'm going to try to avoid ever having a TikTok. I really don't want to have a TikTok. But I think eventually Zuma's going to want her own TikTok. Or at least the brand is going to want her to have a TikTok. So there's that. Oh, Cosmo's got to go. Alrighty. Sorry, I stepped away from the chat for a second so I could read that stuff. Adios, amigo. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate you. We're going to go back to the other tunes here. If you started lunch at noon and you go back to lunch at 12:30, you have 8 minutes left of your lunch break. Don't be late. You should probably get on your feet right now, finish up what you're eating, and get back to work. Also, today, we are keeping to schedule. The live stream will end at regularly scheduled 1 o'clock. I know it's not too interesting today, and I think tomorrow we're going to do the vertical live stream so we can get more people popping in on a regular. This particular mode, the horizontal mode, makes it a little bit more difficult for people to find the like button. If you want to use the like button, you've got to click the X right below the picture where it says live chat. There'll be a pair of scissors, a gear button, and an X. So you're going to click the X, and then you're going to look for right under the description the thumbs up, the thumbs down, the clip button. I think there's a remix button there and a comments button. It's going to be right above where you click to chat and live chat. Later, Cosmo. You have a wonderful day. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for coming out. Oh, I'm in the camera there. I was trying to do your hand hearts. We'll do it like this. How's that? Ta-da! The camera's at a weird angle today. It's really, really, really close to the window. So getting behind it in order to see comments and stuff is a little bit difficult. But it's a new angle. It's a different perspective that we've not used on the live stream before. And I'm going to keep trying to do that for you guys. I'm going to keep trying to get different perspectives, different angles, and make things generally more interesting to see on a regular basis, even if it's just a different perspective. Get the tunes going again. My rant have stopped. Shit. Shit. Nobody else in here wants to chit chat? Alright. I see there's 4 people. Got a lot of lurkers going on. 3 people. Three lurkers popping in. ASK. It's alright. One of those might be Mrs. Space Nut. One of those might be Aaron. I don't know who left me open on their computer. But I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here, even if you're not going to chat. It helps with the watch time. I appreciate you. Thank you. Something. What the shit? Did it just start raining? It did. It started raining. Well, fuck me. The doors and windows are open in the car. That was some spontaneous rainfall, alright. I had a feeling it was coming, but I didn't know it was coming out. It was just humid out today. Oh, poor lady. She went to go sit down and all the dogs were there. You're okay, Jeremy. No. You're okay. Yeah. 23 more minutes on the live stream. You guys chilling out, being free to chat? Hit that like button. I think I'm definitely going to be doing more vertical live streams because I get more views that way. We are going to stop copyright here. And for the last 20 minutes here, we're just going to have some chill beats. right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 12:59. If you are on your lunch break, it is time to go back to work. And it's time for me to head on over to the Discord. The link is pinned at the top there. If you're still here and you want to chat, head on over to the Discord community channel. If you haven't already, like and subscribe for more content. There's plenty of stuff on my page for these guys. Up close and personal with some catchy tunes. I love you guys. You're awesome. Without you, there is no me. Stay positive. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, we have a lot more fun when we're nice to each other.